Paul, let me ask you about some football-related matters. In La Liga, Real Madrid played that game against Valencia and have gone top. But the story I want to begin with is Olmo. Dani Olmo, no longer a Barcelona player, no longer even eligible to play for the Spanish national team because he's in contractual limbo. What on earth has gone on?
There is a good question what on earth was going on, and I'm going to try to explain it simply, if it's possible. So basically, Barcelona had a deadline, which was the end of last year, to register formally Dani Olmo for the remainder of the season. Dani Olmo, when he joined Barcelona didn't have enough salary room to register him, right? So the only way that they could register him was thanks to an injury from Andreas Christensen. La Liga allows that when a player gets a severe injury, they grant you extra space to register new players, and they put Dani Olmo in there.
All right.
But Dani Olmo's salary through 6 seasons was so big that La Liga only allowed to register him for 6 months,
right?
Which was quite weird. But in a way, La Liga was making a favor to Barcelona here, letting Dani Olmo play for 6 months.
Could Barcelona just injure another player now?
I mean, I think that they are too late now because they missed the deadline to do that. That was the end of last year. And now basically Barcelona missed that deadline, and what La Liga did is unregister Dani Olmo and Pau Victor, which is another player that we sometimes forgot about him, but he's in the same situation. And Barcelona are battling through it in a legal dispute because the plan that Barcelona had to make more money and to have this sort of margin to register him was to sell the VIP exploitation rights of the exploitation rights of the VIP seating of the new Camp Nou, which are not built yet, of course. So Barcelona has done that. They have sold those seats.
Have they?
They sold them not on time. So they are sort of battling this with the Spanish FA and with La Liga just to decide if that was on time, if it wasn't on time. They're going to the Spanish government, basically, hoping that the Spanish government gives them a temporary permission just to register both players, because both La Liga and both the Spanish FA have rejected that bid.
Right.
So they are going to a higher institution, which is the Spanish government, and the Consejo Superior de Deportes, which I'm sure that you're going to understand what that means.
Yeah, James?
Sorry, I wasn't listening. What did you say?
Consejo Superior Deportes.
It's the highest sporting council.
That's it. Yeah.
Impressive.
Yeah. I'm just impressed week by week.
Yeah. So, so Olmo's got a clause in his contract, which means he can now walk away for free.
Yeah, that's
true. They paid 50 million euros roughly for him.
It's all his wages until 2030 when his contract expires.
Wow.
Yeah, so that was a clause that Dani Olmo inserted himself in the contract once he saw the mess that he was jumping in.
Right.
So in August, when he had already been presented as a Barcelona player, he said, look, if you're not going to register me, let's have a meeting and put that clause in the contract. Barcelona said yes to it. And Dani Olmo, right now, he could leave for free of Barcelona. But the only reason why he hasn't done that is because he wants to stay. He wants to remain at Barcelona, and he is willing to let the club try their chances just to make it up and just to register him at some point before the end of the month.
Okay, but if we get towards the end,
of course, could change.
Yeah. Okay. What do you think, Paul? Based on their recent history of court cases, what do you think? Are they going to get this reversed? Is Olmo going to stick around, or is he going to be on the market?
It's tough to say, of course, because it's going to be a legal thing and it's going to be down to lawyers and this sort of stuff. Plus. Once it's on the government, I think that the decision is going to be quite political as well, not only based on law issues. But I struggle to see how Barcelona can fix this, if I'm honest. I struggle to see this because they have 3 bids rejected, one from La Liga, one from the Spanish FA, and formally they went to a commercial court in Barcelona trying to get a temporary permission to register Olmo. And all those 3 institutions have rejected the bid to Barcelona to register both players. So I struggle to see how they can reverse that. We all know that Dani Olmo and Pau Victor, they both want to stay at Barcelona and they are going to wait for it. But I'm also hearing that if that's not the case, they will change their mind because they will be forced to look for solutions elsewhere. Because as you said, Dani Olmo cannot play for the national team, and the only way that he has to play for the national team and in Champions League and in other competitions, it's just to be eligible for any club to play, and that might mean just to live to another place.
Wow.
Can they loan him? So
No.
will he,
No, he can just sign for
no.
6 months somewhere else.
Okay.
Him on his own.
Yeah, but I'm not sure if they're gonna do it. Especially Dani Olmo. I'm not sure if Dani Olmo is gonna do this.
But then,
Right.
Paul, he can't afford not to play for 6 months, though. It would be mad
yeah,
for
no,
him
no, no.
to really
No.
have nothing between now and next August.
Yeah. What we know and what the player here so far, Dani Olmo, who is, by the way, in Saudi Arabia right now with the team, despite he cannot play. What he knows is that the club is telling him that they are confident that he's going to be registered at some point. But Dani Olmo has been hearing that from August last year.
Yeah.
So he's on this great territory that he really doesn't know what to believe at this point.
Okay.
But he's going to try to stick at Barcelona, because at the end of the day, and that's a really common thing between Spanish players, like doing something at Barcelona has a different impact than doing it at Leipzig, doing it at Arsenal, doing it at Liverpool. And I guess that Dani Olmo has had this taste now, and he wants to stay.
It's definitely different, Paul. It means that you're registered in Utah.
All right. Well, we'll see if Barcelona's Skybox sales is going to enable them to save that situation. There is one or two doubts about the funds supposedly proceeding, I believe, from the Middle East for those premium seats, because they've been a little bit vague about some of their previous kind of financial guarantees, I think, Barcelona. But yeah.
Exactly. That's like another great subject, because Barcelona has offered no explanation on where this money is coming from, basically.
Right.
And the socios, they don't know it. We all know that it comes from the Middle East, but we don't know which company, which individual, which sponsor has paid for it. And yeah, the reason why they were late, as you were saying, is because La Liga couldn't find the payment proof until the 3rd of January, I think it was. And at this point now, La Liga requires a further scrutiny on that, and they require like a proof of payment and everything, just to make sure that the money has actually came in, because in the past it hasn't happened.
The Totally Football Show podcast is available 3 times a week, bringing you all the football news you could reasonably be expected to care about. We've got views, we've got stats, we've got analysis, we've got some of the best football writers around, and the whole thing is absolutely free. So have a listen on Spotify or Apple Podcasts or all the usual places by clicking on the link below.